Endless online searches, trekking from dealer to dealer. But here it is, the Volvo XC90. A luxury SUV that emphasises convenience and comfort. A panoramic roof, advanced air purifier, a head-up display that changes to suit light conditions, an air suspension system that ensures a smooth ride by constantly adjusting the ride height and shock absorbers. Now at special run-out pricing from $99,990 plus on-roads. Visit Volvo Cars and discover why the Volvo XC90 is the vehicle for right now.
You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Sunday afternoon means James McOnie at around about this time. Hello, mate.
G'day, Piney. Yeah, please excuse the cicadas. I'm in Carpia again, but those cicadas are the reason why when they filmed The Last Samurai down in Taranaki, that they had to redub it all in post.
Because the cicadas wanted a starring role.
Yeah, they couldn't hear Tom Cruise. He wanted to be heard.
I think that's probably fair enough, given what he was being paid for the movie. Anyway, we digress. I think Chris Wood is about as big a star as Tom Cruise right now. What do you reckon?
Oh, massive. Definitely bigger than Tom Cruise. And also probably bringing, big front men back. We've kind of skirted around that subject in previous years, but 17 goals, his best haul ever in a Premier League season, and we're only two-thirds of the way through. So this is just incredible stuff from Chris Wood with his hat-trick last night against Brighton. But I think it changes the game. To me, I think a lot of teams will be thinking about a proper front man now. I know Haaland has kind of been that for Man City, but he's a bit of a different beast because he's got all that speed. I think really what you're looking with Chris Wood is just somebody who gives them the perfect target, knows how to find the back of the net, and has, can score in a multitude of ways, which he's really shown now. He's not just a header from the 6-yard box.
Indeed. I'm glad the old-fashioned number 9 is coming back into fashion because, for a while we didn't see that type of player, did we? Everyone was sort of a nippy winger or a creative number 10. I'm not sure there was a place for the Chris Woods of this world.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, like Argentina went from a beautiful number 9 and Batistuta to the Messi years, right? And of course, in the end, it got them a World Cup, but it was painful for a long time there. And I think they would have benefited from having someone like that. I mean, they dabbled with it, Crespo. I'm getting deep into football territory here, but I just think what Chris has done is phenomenal, and also probably shows that in his first, let's say, 5 or 6 years of being a professional footballer, he probably wasn't all that professional, but now he is the gold standard. He's the guy who's really pretty much found focus, and whether it's having other business interests like the horses that he owns, and also with getting married and all these things, I think Chris Wood, and now as a dad, has turned a page professionally where he just is really going to be a force to be reckoned with should the All Whites make the World Cup, and I think they will, given that it has to be the best from Oceania, and with him at the helm, surely we're going through.
Oh, I would have to think so. And alongside him, you'd have to think there'll be a few Auckland FC players as well, particularly given the way they're going right now. Speaking of sticking it in the mixer, as they do for Chris Wood, Francis de Vries is getting pretty good at that, and Lou Estrada with a goal yesterday in Auckland, 5 points clear at the top.
Well, I do want to talk about Francis de Vries. Frankie says, relax, I've got this. Anyone there from the 80s? Hello.
I've got you.
But he, with no de Vries, no wins. That's what I'm saying. His delivery is so good. I think he's saved the club at least in 4 games, but also in terms of assists, he must be leading the A-League, Piney, because it's just mounting up. And it's about time we look at the person who is laying it on, the assists, because they don't always get the headlines. It always used to be the goal scorer. Even if it was a tap-in from 1 yard, they'd get the headlines. But as far as I'm concerned, it should be all about de Vries. And, I think he's got to go to the World Cup.
Yeah, I think he is. He's more and more appealing as Libby Kakachi's backup. But I've seen a bit of narrative around at the moment saying, hey, imagine Francis de Vries putting in these wonderful crosses for Chris Wood. Feels like a match made in heaven.
Well, that's the thing. I think Libby Kakachi's versatile. I know he's mainly played left-back his career, but if you look at the way he's developed in Italy, he's very comfortable on the ball. I think he could play left-sided midfield or even inside left if if someone like Sarpreet wasn't available, I think you can push him further upfield. He's got a howitzer of a shot on him, Libby. So, yeah, bring on De Vries, I say.
Indeed. All right. Six Nations is underway. We've had the first weekend. Gee, Wales aren't having much fun at the moment, are they?
Oh, no, I feel sorry for Warren Gatland. Gats is a good man, and he's very loyal. And, I heard that he even turned down the England job to stay with Wales, mainly because he wouldn't have been allowed back in Wales to his house that he owns there. There are reasons. But also, it's out of loyalty, and he said, look, I'll help you rebuild. And the problem is he is deep in a rebuild, and this is what happens. You will fall, you'll lose by almost 50 points to France, and that's what happened yesterday. So, look, I think they should persevere with him through the Six Nations, but, it's going to be tough for Wales. I even look at some of the players they're bringing on. There's a young first five called Dan Edwards, who's going to be the future saviour for Wales. He will be really good. But he made his test debut coming on, and it was 21 or 28-0 yesterday off the bench. That is a proper baptism of fire for him, and he's not ready yet. But, hey, in a few years he could be, and Gats has shown, even when he was at the Chiefs and had that terrible losing streak, you can see the players he brought through. Tupova'i, Samasoni Tokiaho, Quinn Tupaia, all under his tutelage, came through in those horrible, the 13-game losing streak, sorry. But, hey, there's Kiwis doing well for Ireland, so not so bad.
Not so bad. Just finish with the NFL and Super Bowl, which I think is tomorrow week, isn't it? They normally have quite a big build-up to this, they don't? A big week of festivities and celebrations.
Yeah, there's lots of media days. Can you remember Marshawn Lynch said, "I'm only here because they made me." They made me come.
That's right.
Yeah. So his quote, he repeated that quote. I think they're a bit more media friendly, both these teams, but it is the match made in let's call it ratings heaven, because you've got Taylor Swift against the Philadelphia Eagles. So Taylor Swift, of course, is Travis Kelce's girlfriend, and she's going to be there. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback, and they're going for a three-peat, which has never been done. But meanwhile, you've got the Philadelphia Eagles, and of course they've already had a pretty star-studded team. They've got Patrick Mailata, who got plucked from the South Sydney Rabbitohs to be a big offensive lineman. So there's a bit of down under flavour, Pacifica flavour there. But also, Saquon Barkley is the man who everybody will remember doing the reverse hurdle, jumping a player, going backwards this year, and he's just been a total superstar. So a lot to like, and dare I say it, I'm going for Chiefs money.
Well, what a surprise. What a surprise. Back to the cicadas for you. Let's chat again next Sunday, shall we?
Yep, sure, Piney. There'll be a new insect and a new me.
All right, James McOnie, part of our Sundays around this time on Weekend Sport. Catch him across your socials, part of the Alternative Commentary Collective. Craig Goes Wild on Sky, and as I say, a big part of our Sundays as well.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday, or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.